Welcome to what's about to be the new dumbest automotive channel on YouTube. So, no offense to Tyler Hoover or Hoovy's Garage when I say this is about to be the new dumbest YouTube channel, but I mean, how can you really hold on to that claim when you're doing as good as this guy's doing and buying Lamborghinis? I mean, come on now, folks. We are going to be the dumbest automotive channel on YouTube because we're going to do what Hoovy used to do, and that's buy Hoopties and fix them up. No Lamborghinis on this channel just yet. Hopefully I get there. I'm not throwing any shade on Hoovy, not throwing any hate, but we're going back to the old cars like Hoovy used to do. So my automotive channel is going to be very original about buying Hoopties and fixing them up and seeing if I can make some money, or possibly if they just become part of my collection. I've been very inspired by some YouTubers. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a 911 dispatcher full-time. I'm also a real estate agent. I own a real estate company, and I do all kinds of other things too, but we won't get into any of those just yet. For now, those are the two main things I do. I'm also a Clarksburg City Councilman in Clarksburg, West Virginia, and I'm walking through some of beautiful Clarksburg right now. I've had a lot of inspiration from Hoovy and some other YouTubers. Encouraged me to get into this and go out, and I actually bought a little commercial building here in town, and I'm just finished up with remodeling it. I probably could have made those into some videos, but we didn't think of that in time. But I'm here in front of my building right now. I'm going to give you a little tour of it. I'm in the beautiful Glen Elk district of Clarksburg, and there's really almost nothing around me. It's kind of an old commercial district. The building across the street here is actually boarded up, so hopefully pretty soon this whole street right here will be filled with super cool old cars. Along with inside. I'm going to take you inside right now. Welcome. Got a little bit of an echo in here. I hope it doesn't mess up my video. So it's not a huge building. We do have one of our first Hoopties here, a John Deere riding mower. It's a nice building, nice size. Put a nice glossy floor finish in here. I can probably fit about 6 to 10 cars in here, maybe, if I was really squeezing them in. The front up here, you can see is a big window right now. I'm actually going to put a garage door in there, but the main garage door right now is back here in the back of the building. Walk through and show you here. Anyway, there it is. So this little building hopefully will soon be filled with cars. And speaking of cars, right on the other side of this garage door is going to be my first Hoopty project. So we're getting ready for a big unveiling. The first car on this channel which I have not even really named yet. I have a couple things in mind. I am in the process here of getting my dealer's license to be a car dealer in West Virginia, so I can save a little money on taxes and tags and stuff like that when I'm buying all these cars. I think the name of my business is going to be Vintage Variety Autos. I don't know if I'll call the channel that also. I was also possibly thinking of Hoopties in the Hills. Anyway, if you're ready for the unveiling, I'll open the door here and show you the first project. Hopefully, if I'm good at editing, we'll add some music or something here. Ah, there it is. This is my 2001 Ford Ranger Edge. It is a super cab with a 4-liter 6-cylinder. Now this car, I got a really good deal on Facebook Marketplace, so I'm pretty excited about it. I've done a lot of flipping cars in the past. Just so you know, another thing about me, I have absolutely no technical skills. I have no mechanical skills, and I'm very, very lazy. So very little of the work will actually be done by me. I will be finding people to help me. And maybe that'll be a big part of the channel, is out wheeling and dealing with body guys and mechanic guys and seeing what kind of work I can get done for a good price. So anyway, we'll do a quick walk around of the Ranger and I'll show you some of the interesting things about it, some of the great features it has. Just to give you a reference point, I paid $3,000 cash for this truck. As I said, I found it on Facebook Marketplace. So we'll start out here on the front end. Obviously it's not a bad thing, but we'll start with the classic Harley Davidson plate. We'll see several little Harley additions to this truck. Those will probably be going away, but as of right now, you can see where the previous owner put his little spin on it, made it his own. The front bumper, not looking great. He did use some silver tape here to cover up bad spots, which actually is kind of funny when you're standing back, you don't even notice them. Not something I would have thought of as a reconditioning a vehicle. You can see the headlights are very glared up. That's probably something we'll change out. There's another piece of tape to fix the bumper and another over a rust spot. Now this former owner also, to give it a little style, put a little bed liner right down the middle here. So that's something we'll probably be removing. He I guess it was kind of like a racing stripe, but he actually painted, you know, some bed liner right down that stripe. Going on around the side here, these wheels are something he added aftermarket. They may actually be Ranger wheels, I'm not sure. It seems like that style, it kind of fits this truck. And I actually don't hate that wheel. We may actually leave that on there, I don't know. I would like to put a little bigger tire, but we'll see what happens with that as the build goes on here. It is a Ranger XLT according to the badging. And this bottom down here, this is all bed liner he painted on. And across these doors and across the bottom of the truck, I don't think there's much rust here. Not that I've found yet. When we get it to a body man, I guess we'll find out for sure. But it actually seems to be in pretty good condition. Another Harley Davidson sticker back here on the window. You can see this weather stripping is really, really in bad condition. That's something we're definitely going to have to replace. We do have these nice smoker vents on here, is what I always call them. I know that's not what they're actually called, but let's face it, they are for smokers. Now we get back here to the back, we get to some of the less attractive parts of the truck. You can see they tried to do some repair on some rust here. And there we have some holes. Let's see how good of a camera angle we can get. Oh look, we can look right through it almost. Right through it. So we got some holes back here. So we'll let the body man decide when we get it to him if that's a repair or replace. Considering how much it is, I'm thinking that's probably just a replaced fender. We just buy a new one and get it painted to match. And we probably will go for a new color. We may do a little poll or something and let people decide, help me decide what color it's going to be. We'll probably be leaning towards a blue and an orange. As you guys get to know me, you'll find out that blue and orange kind of are my brand. They're the colors of my real estate company, so I kind of lean towards blues and orange. A little bit of rust back here on the back bumper. The back bumper is probably also going to have to be replaced. You see a big dent right there. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, so when we go to start fixing these cars, it won't be cheap fixes. I'll probably do things right and do it the way I want it, as if I was going to drive it. It does have a bed liner in it, not in the greatest shape. We'll have to see what that looks like later on and see if I end up replacing that, see how it cleans up. I don't like that it's like warped. I don't know if that's something that can be corrected or if I can throw a screw in there, but I don't like those bumps. So we'll have to see what we can do about that. Maybe get some opinions on that. The paint is actually in pretty good condition on this truck. I mean, I'm going to paint it anyway, but just, you know, to talk about the condition of the truck, it's actually pretty impressive how good it looks. Other than these back fenders. You see on this back fender, just like the other one, it's obviously been rusted around the wheel well, and somebody has went back and pasted it up, and I don't know, I guess they painted it with something, not matching, but they did something to make that paste actually match. But big scratches on this side again. custom features. Harley Davidson Cycles again on the window, and that's just a sticker. So we can, oh man, that's a tough sticker. I was gonna peel it off there, but once again on this side, the weather stripping, pretty bad condition. That's definitely gonna have to go. Across the bottom, same as the other side, he painted it with bed liner, and I'd say we probably will not stick with that style. I'm not really crazy about that. I'm sure we'll probably be taking that off there. I guess when we get it in and get it looked at, we'll see how that goes. Once again, these wheels, you know, wheels are one thing I almost always change out on cars, and I don't hate these wheels. They're not today's style, but for this Ranger, I feel like they kind of fit it, even though they are not the wheels that came on it. He did put these on here aftermarket. I like those. I like the saw blade look. It's kind of 90s, early 2000s look to me. Anyway, let's get inside and see if this beast will start up for the video. So far, it's started every time for me, but you never know when the camera's rolling. I'll give you a look at the interior too. There is a tear in the seat here. You know, problems with interior when you're fixing up cars are like a nightmare to me. It's like it's easy to find a guy to do body work or a guy to paint a car, but finding a guy to do interior work, man, I've never had great luck finding anybody. So we may be looking for somebody to try to repair that one problem. The rest of the interior is not clean, but it's not like super dirty. It doesn't look like somebody used it as a work truck. It just looks like what you would expect a 2001 to look like. It's got the little jump seats back here in the back, and those look like they've maybe never been sat on. I mean, they're actually super clean. Look around here. Let's get in this thing and see if it'll start up. Well, for you guys, it's a little bit of drama, but so far, like I said, I've had no problem with this thing starting, so as long as nothing crazy happens because of the camera. Ah, easy startup. Now, a couple things about this truck. First of all, I hate to keep talking about the prior owner, but I don't know how else to talk about the issues that he's actually changed up. Shut the doors here. We're gonna pull it in the garage here in a second. So anyway, I don't know if it was this prior owner or somebody before him, but one of the greatest features I want to talk about in this truck, and I don't have another cameraman with me right now to get a really good recording. I wish I could take it back there, but hopefully you can hear it from here. Listen to that. We have a super high schooler bumblebee muffler on this baby, and it sounds glorious. Now, I don't know, when we go back and start fixing this, I'm pretty sure we'll probably take that off. We'll probably put a dual exhaust if we can or something on this, maybe even go all the way up to headers. I don't know. I'm not a great mechanic type. I don't even know with some vehicles what I can do and what I can't do, but what I can do is go ask somebody what they would do and how much it's going to cost me and decide if it's a good idea or not. And that's what we'll definitely end up doing with this. So we're going to pull her into the garage, and I'll be back with you in 1 second. Now we're in business. Now, I do not have a sponsorship yet from Diet Coke, but I was hoping maybe they would give me one. I have no sponsorships from anyone yet, so Diet Coke, the fuel of this video, is currently overflowing onto my truck. But anyway, back to the truck. I'm not sponsored by anyone. That was actually supposed to be funny. We'll see. But maybe Diet Coke will shoot me a sponsorship. You never know. Now, one thing I forgot to point out that I have to show you on this truck are these spectacular pedals down here. I think these actually maybe make the truck faster. I'm not sure. It seems like they have to have some effect on the performance. This truck is a 5-speed. I didn't even talk about the interior of the truck. It does have an aftermarket radio in it. And the main reason I picked this truck as one that I want to fix up is the mileage. If you want to see the mileage there, I hope you can see it. 68,296. This truck's only had 2 owners, and the mileage, I mean, for a 2001, is pretty amazing in my opinion. We'll give you another look around the interior here. I didn't probably do a very good job of that. I'm still getting used to this little camera that I bought to do this with. It has a gimbal, and sometimes it likes to focus in on things and not care where I'm pointing it. I guess because it's trying to keep me from shaking. So let's look under the hood of this beast. All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry, hopefully in editing I can make this seem a little more seamless. It does have the single overhead cam 4.0 6-cylinder, which is the biggest engine I think you could get in this. Based on the Carfax and everything, I think it was actually the Edge model. I just found a bonus rag I didn't even know came with it down in there. So anyway, the engine appears to be in very good condition. Like I said, I haven't had it to a mechanic yet, so we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Maybe I'm being way too optimistic, but I'm feeling really good about this car as a flip. We're going to have to get into the nuts and bolts and find out for sure, but I'm really pretty confident that we're going to have a good car on our hands here that we're going to hopefully either make some good money on, or it'll make me a great sometimes driver. So anyway, that's pretty much it for my intro video and the introduction of the Ranger. Well, I think we'll call it the Danger Ranger. It's going to be the name of this first video series. And like I said, hopefully by the time I get this posted, I'll have a name for the channel itself. I kind of like Hoopties in the Hills. I am a West Virginia guy through and through, and we are here in the hills. The city that I'm in, Clarksburg, is known as the Jewel of the Hills. So Hoopties in the Hills might be a cool name. We'll see. Like I said, also, Vintage Variety is going to be the name of my dealership. Not open yet, so you won't find anything yet. Don't be looking for it, but soon we will have that. Right now I'm back on foot, walking over to my other business, Listed for Less Real Estate, and I will do another video with y'all soon. Thank you.